Jamming with History, Chapter 9. Feedback. Good evening, young Master Roman. Dinner is about to be served. Your parents are quite anxious to hear about your day, Danny informed him as he took his jacket and helmet. Roman nodded appreciatively. Danny always gave him a heads-up when his parents were in a strange mood. It often meant they were going to try to have a difficult conversation with him, or that they'd had a tough day at work. Any teen would like a heads-up for either of those situations. Thank you, Danny, he nodded before meeting his parents in the dining room. Good evening, he greeted happily, as if he had no clue something may be amiss. Evening, Roman. Honey, would you tell us what you have been doing all afternoon? His mother asked him carefully. Roman sat down, smiled at the staff that came in right after him, and started bringing out dinner. Then he turned his attention to his parents and cocked his head curiously. Of course, but I already told you. Virgil needed to get to spring practice after school, and he asked if I wanted to use the fitness facilities. He knows one of the trainers there who is working on a new program and needed a guinea pig. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad I did it. Remy's pretty nice, though he's ruthless, Roman groaned as he rubbed his shoulder demonstratively. Yeah, he'd feel that tomorrow. Honey, if you wanted to, why not ask? We could have set you up with a private trainer and… Roman sighed. His parents would give him everything he wanted, but not always what he needed. Would you let me push through when I felt like giving up? Would you let me continue if you thought it was too much for me? Virgil will make me go to the club 3 times a week. Remy won't let me go easy on myself. Can you do the same? He challenged. His mother fell silent and looked at his father. They had one of those silent conversations Roman could never follow. Suddenly they nodded at each other and his father spoke. Okay, Roman, you are old enough to make your own decisions within reason, so we will trust you. Will you? Or will you call the club behind my back to make sure Remy isn't too hard on me? He thought furiously. But he tried to let it go. There was no point in starting a fight like this. So, his mother said as she gestured for Kathy to start serving the food. How was the rest of your day? Well, if she was going to ask. Pretty good. My science partner seems to know what they are doing without trying to do everything, which is nice. We'll be doing a rendition of Into the Heights in theater. I'm pretty excited for it, actually. And the new lunch lady is really sweet Pakistan-American woman. I'm almost sad it's my last year. She's going to fit into Auntie Sharon's shoes just fine, he told them happily. Was it a little mean to give them a false sense of security first? Maybe, but he was feeling petty. There was one moment where I thought I was in trouble, though. My history teacher made me and Virgil stay after class. He wanted to know if there was a problem he isn't aware of, he recalled casually, as he looked between his parents, who looked caught completely off guard by this. The sound of food being served faltered for a second, barely noticeable if you didn't listen for it. I would very much appreciate it if you didn't do that again. I didn't want Virgil to think I talked badly about him behind his back or something, he explained politely. His parents seemed rather embarrassed. We were looking out for your best interests. We merely inquired about your teacher's experience with the boy, so we could know what kind of student he is. He assured us that your classmate is a fine student and good company to keep, his father told him. And I already told you as much. Roman clenched his fists and took a deep breath. Getting upset over it wouldn't help. If he explained his issue calmly, he had a better chance of getting through to them than if he threw a fit. I just wish you would actually trust me, instead of just saying that you do, he continued more softly, staring down at his plate. Dinner looks delicious, Kathy. Thank you, he muttered as he started eating. Dinner was quiet after that. When he was done, he excused himself to continue his homework in his room. He had to finish something for English and math, study for a science test, and practice for his audition song. He had picked enough. Yes, it was a song for a female character, but he was feeling like he could do Camilla's emotions justice. He wanted to show that he could do more than be the charming, dashing prince. He was being typecast a lot, it is true. He liked playing the charismatic, charming main character. That's exactly why he wanted to do songs he liked but wasn't likely to sing in the actual show for his audition. If nothing else, it would show that he was capable to step out of his comfort zone. He was just about to start on studying the lines when he heard an alert on his phone. He was pleasantly surprised to find he had a private message from Hawkins. "Charming. I've been thinking back to our conversations, and your art. Don't freak out, but I think we might know each other." Roman's eyes widened at that. That would be really fun, actually. He and Hawkins had been doing their back and forth since middle school. That was when Roman started his account to express himself to a wider audience without having to worry about it being tied back to his real identity and being examined under the loop by the press. Hawkins had left a witty remark on his introductory late-night vent post, and the bantering had gone from there. If they knew each other IRL, like Hawkins thought, that would mean he could actually befriend them. "Really? What makes you think that?" he asked courteously. "Well, I know a fanciful theater nerd who likes Disney, and some of their mannerisms just kind of fit you. Can you think of anyone who might fit me that way? I don't want to say their name in case I'm wrong." That was fair. Roman went back to Hawkins' page and scrolled through his posts, while also trying to think back. Many of his posts had high YOLO energy. He liked Disney, and he made it clear that he picked his Tumblr handle because he would love to live in the world of Treasure Planet and ride a Solar Surfer just once. He made cool digital art, and he'd gone after toxic users many times. "Wait. Can you text me?" he wrote. "Good idea," Hawkins responded. And then Roman's phone buzzed. "I got a text," he told Hawkins. He opened his phone and saw it was indeed Virgil. And when he read the text, it was confirmed. "I am my fave Disney character." "Hi, Hawkins," Roman replied. Hawkins was Virgil this entire time. "So we are friends since middle school?" Virgil observed. "LOL, small world," Roman agreed. Just then Roman heard a knock on his door. "Master Roman, your parents wish to speak with you for a moment." Roman sighed and texted Virgil. "BRB, parents need me. Got to go too. See you tomorrow." Roman got up and headed downstairs, curious what his parents had decided to do. Usually, when he showed he was upset, a conversation like this one followed. To his parents' credit, when they felt he had reason to be upset, they tried to remedy the situation, which was why he had yet to throw a typical teenage fit, no matter how tempting it was sometimes. When he came downstairs, he found his parents in the salon and sat down in the same spot he had chosen yesterday. His mother took the lead. "Roman, we talked about it, and you are right. Our actions contradict our words. We will correct this in any way we can. But first, we wanted to tell you that we are sorry for making you feel like your word wasn't enough, and for any embarrassment we may have caused today," she told him. Roman smiled appreciatively. It seemed the fruits were already showing, though he was not quite ready to call it quits. Saying they'd be better was one thing. Actually act like it would be the real challenge. Then his father spoke up. "We would like for you to just send us your location if you go somewhere new, so we know where to pick you up, should there be any need for that," he told him. Roman nodded. That was reasonable, though the real reason probably had more to do with today's misunderstanding. "Okay, father. And thank you both. I promise Virgil is a good friend. And a long-time friend at that, as it turned out." "Well, feel free to invite him over any time," his mother smiled. "I cannot wait to meet him." Roman bit back a chuckle. Clearly she was trying to overcompensate, which would get very funny if she got like this every time Virgil was involved. The prank definitely wasn't over yet.